Mikey first.
I agree with that. I agree. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the place where we do the thing. We're playing Alien, All Fear the Ishtar, Chapter 2, our space pirates. Is the table still paused? Get out of here, pause symbol. How dare you? Yeah, so just quickly, last session, you all escaped from the mining thing place after killing Phil Dunphy. And you did manage to steal some information, and specifically there's a ship that the crew or the resistance has been digging for with a lot of resources, and they had assembled the information that you all were able to extrapolate it and then delete it out of their system, hopefully giving you all access to whatever loot stash it is that they were wanting to pick up. And so I think that's kind of where we're going to pick up, is you all doing that. I mean, no need to beat around the bush on this one. So let's do our introductions. And depending on how the night goes, it may or may not be the last time that these characters or these players get to do these character introductions. Yeah, let's hear from our captain.
Hey, how you doing? Captain JT McMurphy, ex-Colonial Navy, Section 8'd because he saw some things he shouldn't have, and they said I didn't see him, and I started talking to myself. I had an imaginary friend for a while, but I didn't really tell you about that, not important. And then they put me in the hospital. I met Mikey's mom. We had Mikey. That kind of thing happened. A lot of weird stuff happened. I got into drugs, pharmaceuticals for a while. A lot of my mind is probably gone there. But recently, reunited with Mikey, very happy. He's kind of a pain in the ass right now, but that's all right. It's all right. He's going through a phase. Got a new friend, Moby, which is great. We started a religion together. We are searching the galaxy for other people of his kind, whale folk and such. It's pretty great. And you too can get in on that search for, I don't know, 1,000 credits or so at level 1. If you want to get up to level 2, it's going to be about 4,000 credits, and we can negotiate further. But all you have to do is go to www.whaleshole.com. I don't know if that's a thing. I'm afraid now.
Let's see what we find.
Is that whole WHOLE?
Or WH. Okay.
Good day to you. May you blow your hole. There you go.
I don't know. It's just spinning. I'm gonna close that just in case. It means it's open. We can buy that. Oh no! It broke my internet.
Is
I'm back.
There you go.
I cannot believe that happened.
Oh, God. That's amazing.
Like I tried and it was spinning. I'm like, it's not going. What's going on? And then
You're downloading the virus, obviously.
I must have been.
oh my God.
We're live. Oh shit, we're live.
Oh, wow.
OBS
God.
just kicked us back over to live. Hello, everyone.
Great stream.
Great stream.
Lasted 5 minutes.
So we reiterate, don't go to whale.
Don't do it.
No. Don't do it. www.whalestow.com. The whale's hole.
Yeah, we haven't spent. They know you haven't spent enough money already to get it.
Well, it's because they didn't listen to Dad. They didn't buy in first.
That's right.
That's
Exactly.
right.
Can't just go, no, you gotta buy in, and you've seen the power of the whale's hole, right? Imagine, once you get to level 4 or 5, the power's gonna be even better. Crazy.
You could probably even load the site eventually.
You know, Whalen Yutani, all them corporations, they're shaking in
Yeah.
the boots right now.
This
They
is
are.
basically
Doing
like
that.
a religious antivirus thing, and your computer just failed the health inspection.
It did.
This
really
is why
did.
they went. This is why they all went retrograde technology, is to
Mhm.
avoid specifically this.
Yeah.
Don't blame
Mhm.
them.
Well, whoopsie for them.
Okay, we're back. Good God. All right. John, why don't
Yeah.
you tell us about our first one?
Yar, I be Collins talking with the pirate accent because Captain ordered me to. I'm an ex-colonial marshal, and I'm the first mate to the ship. I put up with Mikey, and don't tell him this, but the kid's a hell of a good pilot and even okay in a fight sometimes. I kind of try to keep the chaos. The captain's brilliant. He really is, but can be a bit unpredictable at times, and so can some of the other crew. So I just kind of try to keep order on the ship as best I can.
That's fair.
And I'm gonna stop trying to seduce old women. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I save you some money.
Well, I'm just spend it on other ones.
All right. Dan, tell us about our hour of personality that is your character.
That's right. I'm playing Taggart, and Taggart always does what he's told, and every once in a rare while thinks about something. But, he's also the captain's friend, but maybe he was mistaking when the captain was talking to his imaginary friend that he was talking to him. It's under this misconception, perhaps, but
Could be.
we'll find out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Is Taggart imaginary?
yeah. I mean, his name was Daggard, so I guess that could.
It's starting to make sense here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all coming together.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Bert, what you got, man?
Well, hello there. I'm Big Mac Donald. You might remember this face from Iron Chef Intergalactic Edition, where the first full contact show debuted. And of course, my line of show off the product instant space meals. Please help old Mac out. He's got lawyers to pay. Currently, and the camera's following him, he's actually holding the camera. Currently aboard this ship where I'm the head cook and General Grease Monkey. But please, support old Big Mac. He's got bills.
Yeah. Absolutely. Jeremy, tell us about
Hi.
this kid.
I'm Mikey. I'm basically a man now. I'm still a son, still a space pirate, still the best goddamn pilot in the universe. I'm also a father now because Moby's my kid and he's friends with my dad, and that's awesome. I've killed people and stuff, and I still have been deflowered, but I'm working on it.
Okay. So, you all set in the coordinates that you stole from the Resistance, and off through space you went. And we're going to pick up, coming right up to it. Collins, you would pick up on the long-range sensors. Something out there, metallic, it's the right coordinates, but it's not giving off any signals. Griffin, I have no idea. Who knows? Anyway, John, Collins,
Yes.
you pick something up. I'll let you take it from there.
Captain got something on the scope there. Let me see if I can clean it up. Can I do like a contact roll to
Absolutely.
get more info? All right.
Okay.
Oh,
Pull a success.
How do I get rid of my stress though? I'm stressed right now.
Control Alt de-stress. Just go on to your sheet.
Yep.
And you can take it down from there.
Yep. Do you want me to just re-roll that?
Sure. Okay. Turned it into 2. We'll take it.
See.
So, yeah, pick it up. nothing is reading for your sensors as far as any kind of broadcast, any kind of energy readings. You are getting the silhouette of a semi-large ship, looks to be freighter sized, just absolutely dead still. No movement to it whatsoever. And the other thing that you're kind of picking up with that is there is a small kind of debris field floating around it.
Looks like it might be a ship dead in space, Captain. You want me to try hails, or should we just go in nice and quiet and get real close and take a visual?
Yeah, do it. We can do both. Mikey, move the ship in, and then Collins, get on the comms.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So, Mikey, piloting test. Collins, you don't need a roll for this one. You start putting out multi-broadcast hails to it, and just absolutely nothing. So, Mikey, yeah, you can move it up close. As you're kind of moving it in closer, eventually you all get visual. You look out the window and you can see the thing. So we're going to hop over to another scene. As you see, now there's lights on in this ship. There's absolutely no lights on when you see it. It looks completely dark. Mikey, as you're kind of pulling up, you are getting the buzzard. You can hear the tings, the clunks, whatever this debris field is. It's slowly pelting. The buzzard seems to be pretty low velocity, so other than a few minor surface dings or dents, no worries on it. But yeah, you're looking at a CM88G Bison. You see the lettering on the side listed as the Pazuzu.
All right, we got any kind of indication what that debris is? Another
Who
ship?
ordered the pizza?
What?
So, yeah, that's...
What are you talking about? What the heck?
The Pazuzu. It's a pizza chain.
It's a pizza chain, yeah.
Oh,
Oh shit, Griffin.
Okay, well-
that is 4 bank treables. Thank you.
Pizza delivery cargo ship.
So,
Someone ordered a lot of pizzas.
Captain, you got visual. You can look out the window. Just give me the observation style test.
yeah. Just looking to get an idea
Sure.
of what that debris field might be. You know?
And we got some banks de-stress. Nice.
Yeah, really not the most, not the best observation guy.
And you could certainly call someone else over to try it out, or you can push if you want.
I enjoy stress, so I will push. I think it's very healthy for me. There we
Just
go.
watching.
All right, cool.
McMurphy
go.
just straying out the window.
I see you.
So yeah, it's mechanical components. You've spent enough time on ships. You are seeing individual ship components floating in the debris. You know, you've been in a battle or two. It's not unusual to see this kind of debris field floating around the ship. But the big thing with that push is as you're kind of taking this all in, there does not appear to be any signs of damage on the ship. This wasn't from any kind of battle that you're seeing.
Hey, Collins. Any way you can get they still have a complement of pods, escape pods, EV ship,
me-
anything like that?
Sure, let me take a look.
Yeah, just give me another contact. Just kind of what you're picking up on the sensors along with visual pickup, they do. Their escape pods are still connected, and you can actually see that the docking port is extended.
Okay, so looks like another ship tried to dock. Is it a lot of debris? Like, are we thinking like the size of that ship, or are we
No.
thinking like something small?
No, it is
Okay.
definitely smaller.
Maybe a star cab shuttle or something.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, that's curious. Well, Who's up for a little walk? Wants to go to a pizza shop.
I'll go strap into Shirley.
All right, suit up. Let's get going. Let's go give it a look.
Taggart,
Wait, so like is this polite company or do we suit up?
No, suit up. We don't know what's going on over there. Ideally, let's try to get the engines up and running so we don't have to tow the damn thing. So that'd be nice. And we can it's always more, we can always sell a ship that's functioning for a lot more than a ship that's not functioning. If we do indeed take it back. I know we're still talking about that, but we'll figure that out later. Let's just go see what we got. Let's go see what we got to play
Sure.
with.
Yeah.
Mikey, well, I guess Captain, are you intending to do spacewalk, or do you want to, since their docking port is extended, do you want to dock up the Buzzard and just walk through the port?
Mikey, can you make us?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah. Watch. That'd be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Okay, kid. Hey, I know that reference.
I do too. I like that guy.
Okay. One success is all you need. You're fine. Dock up. Still getting these pings of this debris.
Not my first time docking.
I knew it was showing up. But yeah, dock up. Buzzard latches on. Now the other ship, it does not have no power. So usually each ship kind of like clamps on to the other one to secure it in place. The Buzzard clamps on, but the other ship does not. So it's not as strong of a connection as what you would usually expect in this kind of situation, but it should be fine as long as nothing happens. So, you all suit up, you gear up. Are you bringing any of your NPC complement with you?
I am suiting into Shirley, which is the
you're
modified.
big, with the turret guns on the shoulders.
Yep.
Captain, do you think we should go EVA suits or should we kit up in full armor?
I think we should do what are those things called? Yeah, 1 second.
The compression suits or whatever.
Yeah, the Eco All Worlds. Let's get those things on. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Sounds good, Captain.
And we should probably bring the dock with us, I think. The last time.
A good thing I don't need that.
Griff.
That's the wrong one.
Griff, you beautiful, beautiful man. Keep an eye on my ship, okay?
Got it,
Judge, keep comms open. Keep an eye on the sensors. Keep pinging if you see another ship or anything flicker. You get us on the radio as fast as possible.
Immediately,
okay?
Captain. You got it.
Is Moby coming with us?
Moby's not with us at all. I think he stayed back on the Archon.
Oh, that's right. That's
run
right.
the church.
Somebody's got to be responsible for the church.
True.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Cat.
The whale hole doesn't run itself.
Cat just walked up and just scratched the shit out of me.
And if you would like to see how the whale holes run, go to www.whalehole.com.
Not making that mistake again.
Ooh, let me know.
Stream ends for a second time tonight.
Uh-huh.
Like, how did he fall for it twice? What the?
All right. You're all suited up. Head to your port. Opens up. You're hit with vacuum. Well, that's not unusual for moving across these docking bays. Moving across, you do have a little more open sight to the exterior of the Pazuzu, along with this debris field. If anyone wants to, you can give an additional observation test.
Why not?
It's the debris field made out of people. Could be.
Oh, wow. You're all...
That's a lot of blanks you guys are shooting there. Jeez.
Hopefully
Collins,
we're getting them out of the way early.
The Pazuzu, no signs of any damage on it. Looks to be in pretty good shape. Older, definitely. Maybe could have used a little repair here or there, but no signs of major damage. Another thing is, Collins, you're kind of paying attention as you move across, and this debris field, you're kind of watching, and you start seeing what appears to be spare parts. Like, shit, like that's a part of, whatever power coupling you would get in the, power generator or whatever, the fusion core, whatever it would be. Oh, those are floor paneling. That's this, that's that. Wall paneling, maybe.
Can we see if there's like a cargo bay door or something that might be open?
From where you're at coming in, I would say no, just angles of vision and how close you are to it. Yeah, not from here.
Okay.
But I will say, moving up, you don't recall seeing a cargo bay door open, but you probably didn't do a full strafe around the ship, just the initial look.
Actually, how did the docking umbilical, how did the clamps on the end of it, how did they look? The ones that we connected to?
They look fine. You can tell that this ship has seen plenty of wear. But they just look completely unpowered. And I would probably presume that as you're kind of taking this in, some people finally make it to the door, the airlock on the other side, and it is as well completely unpowered. No lights on the panel, nothing.
Does it seem like maybe this stuff was put out there to make it look like a debris field?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I won't make you roll for this. I mean, you've all done plenty of stuff like this in your pirating life, and it is definitely not unheard of to go ahead and invent a cargo bay or something like that to give a debris field, and that certainly could look like it could pull this, that kind of look.
Might be a trap, guys.
Yeah, you think? I don't like this one bit, Captain.
No, I know what you're saying. Everything's a trap, though. So
that is true. Marriage, children,
contracts.
It's true.
Taggart.
Taggart.
I've got a good feeling about this.
He's dangerous.
Look, the best way to get out of a trap is to spring it on your own terms.
Yeah,
that's right, Captain.
Yeah.
See what's going on here.
So
What do you say? Taggart, stay frosty. Whatever that is.
Yeah. One of those things.
Oh, frosty! I
weird
love those in
sayings.
Tortuga. The little frosted drinks, the shaved ice, and
So, you are standing in front of a door that is unpowered. Usually I would call for a heavy machinery roll, and that can certainly be done. But we also have Big Mac and a power loader. Just kind of putting it out there. If you try to do heavy machinery, you could certainly get this door open if you succeed, and have it so you can close it behind you. Using the power loader, I'm not even going to make you roll. You're going to get it open. But if you want to close it again, that's when I would probably call for the heavy machinery test.
Minimal damage, right?
at least for now.
All right. I'll unbelt and get my
Shimmy on
toolbox
down,
out.
yeah.
We'll do it the hard way. Heavy machinery. Here you go. Oh, that's a lot of nothing. Yes, I'm going to push that.
Sure.
We may not have a good night tonight.
There we go.
People do successes, yeah. It's completely unpowered, but you just pop into one of the terminals and you can let some of the pressure out of one of the pistons. And after that, you can just kind of manually push the door open without a whole lot of trouble, and you could push it closed behind you again. If power is restored, you may have to go through and kind of undid what you did here so it can operate automatically.
So actually, with 2 successes, could I make it so that this has to be manually closed? Like, I don't want us getting stuck in there. So, like,
Sure, yeah.
basically make it so it can't be computer.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
That is something you can absolutely do. So yeah, you get it so you can push it open,
Yep.
and then you kind of disconnect the electronic parts of it. That way, if someone wants to close this door, they will have to be here and push it shut. You step inside, It is cold. There's absolutely no artificial gravity, so you're all kind of floating at this point a little bit. No lights on, completely dark, and you can definitely, just taking it in as you kind of look around, there is signs of the ship's been semi-heavily stripped on the inside. Panels are missing. Power junction boxes are missing. Not quite to like the studs, but you're getting kind of close in the amount of stuff that has been pulled out.
Seems like an odd choice.
Maybe we weren't the first folks to find this place. Maybe there ain't that much left of value. Other than the ship itself, I suppose.
So, you all know the standard parts of a ship like this. You got cargo bays, you got engineering, you got command, crew quarters. What would you all want to do?
What, cargo and command, probably?
Ship's log. See what
Commands.
happened to this thing.
Or probably the reactor. We got no power, so there's not going to be any computers or nothing until we get power going.
That's actually pretty smart.
I'll head that way. Who wants to go with me?
All right. Taggart and Big Mac heading to the reactor. The three of you doing? You going with them, or you heading up to command? Or somewhere
What do you
else?
say, Dad?
Well, Collins
Taggart,
is
I was
right.
going to
Ain't
ask
nothing
if
we
you brought your tools, but you are a tool.
It's a whole tool shed, right?
Let's not go splitting up too much. So I guess the three of us, let's just do a sweep while they're working on the reactor, see if we can, I don't know, let's check the cryo bays, see if there's any residuals, anyone kind of hiding out in there.
All right.
And we'll get up to command afterwards.
Sure.
Stay on comms.
On comms, checking corners.
There you
That
go.
was-
All right.
smack.
So, you know what? Let's do 1 to 2. We're going to do the reactor first. 3 to 4, we'll do the sweep. Reactor. All right. So, Big Mac, Taggart, two of you make your way down. You know, the reactor's off the main engineering compartment. And as you go in, same kind of thing. You got to kind of force the door open. And this room has been stripped as well. You can see almost all of the components of the reactor that can safely be removed have been. Looking into the engineering bay, you can see almost everything feeding the engines stripped out.
Well, this is a no fixer, Captain. I'd just show
He's
video,
saying.
I guess, of everything being gutted.
Yeah, someone else has definitely been here. Okay. All right. Taggart, Mac, just look around down on the lower levels, check the cargo bay, see if there's anything there. Maybe the birds that came and scavenged this place left a few things behind.
Actually, Chuck, this looks like a professional job, right? I mean, like you're saying, they took very specific
They did.
what was safe to take, and
Yeah.
I kind of look over at Taggart and say, "Smell like a corporate thing to you? This is awfully slick."
I mean, it's better than military, probably.
Oh yeah, those grunts will just rip the crap out, man. They don't care
mean-
about safety. I mean, look at this. They capped off all the ends of these things.
Yeah, I mean, you get exactly that kind of vibe. Like, it has
Yeah.
been very intentionally kind of gutted.
Captain, this was not a bunch of salvagers, Captain. This was a really professional job here.
What are you trying to say? We're not professional?
Oh hell no, Captain. We would have just
implying?
ripped the shit out of this thing. I mean, no, sir. They knew what they were doing.
Well, it doesn't change. We gotta look around for what we can get. And then it sounds like we just sort of get the hell out of here with what we can grab, forward the coordinates to whoever else wants to buy these coordinates, and you know, we get a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Just make this hustle, you know. I don't want some corporate scout popping up on the radar while we're in here with our pants down.
Hey, Chuck,
That's metaphorical, Taggart. Don't pull your pants down.
Oh, Which is
Do
I'm
we
gonna start
have
pulling back up.
anything that would work as a secondary, like auxiliary power supply back in our ship that we could bring over just to
Yeah.
power like a local terminal?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You could probably, Big Mac or Griff could probably whip something together to do that. You could also possibly, like you looked before, the EV pods on this ship are in place. You could, if the engine system or, the power system for that, you could possibly use that as well.
Okay.
Chuck,
Yeah,
is there any
let's-
way from the remaining stuff that I can figure out how long ago this was all taken out? Logs, if there's anything around.
There are... Yeah, go ahead and give me just an observation test on this one. I'll give you some information. I just want to see how much information I'm about to give you.
It may be tough to know much until we power up a system or something and can just look at logs.
Like a lot
That
of
makes sense.
How dare you,
semi-decent
Bert?
mechanics,
Giving me stress.
they like to leave little calling cards when they've worked on something. A lot of times wax pencil on the interior of a compartment just saying, Steve was here and a date. And I'll go ahead and I'll give you some basics with that. So there's some information that you won't be able to get. Let me pull up my big notepad real quick. So, yeah, you do get a note kind of in the thing. Like I said, wax pencil probably inside of one of the engine hookup bays. Something like that, where you would just go in for your regular routine maintenance whenever you're docked. And you're seeing this as like 2 years ago. Someone's initials, you don't recognize them. And just wax pencil, and you can see the other spots. This thing got semi-regular maintenance, not probably as frequently as you could. They're not changing that oil every 3,000 miles, maybe every 6,000 or 9,000, but but yeah, until you get some terminal to get more specific kind of logs on maintenance.
So Big Mac's gonna start getting a little twitchy as he has a flashback, and I'll go to comms, say, "Yeah, Captain, last time I saw a job this efficient, they left behind some booby traps. That wasn't a good time in my career. I'd rather not be spending that much time in the hospital again. Just so you know, Captain." Being really paranoid, looking around now.
Big Mac, you're in a giant yellow power loader. I think if there's a tripwire somewhere, you're probably going to be all right. And honestly, Taggart's with you, so if you're worried, just make him go in front of you and he'll take the hit.
Yeah, you've always got the wise words, Captain.
All right.
Hey, Big Mac, we're gonna check out some of the pods,
That's true.
see if they've got any juice left in them. Maybe
Sure.
we can rig something up.
Sure.
We should probably, if this thing is stripped as you're saying, they might already actually pulled the physical banks. I don't know. We might not find much, but worth a look.
All right. Where do you want us?
Well, before we get to that, let's handle our sweep. So we got Mikey, Collins, and McMurphy. You all were just kind of doing a sweep of the area, seeing what you can find. Yeah, you're moving through. No signs of booby traps like what Big Mac was worried about. Definite signs of things being stripped out. And kind of with Big Mac words, you've all got enough knowledge here and there. Just intentionally crippling the ship. Intentionally crippling its systems. But as you're kind of moving through the corridors here and there, you come across a door to the side. It's got the little glass viewing window on it. And there is, in fact, a light on inside. A very dim, kind of like that red emergency lighting you get like on a submarine. just kind of off to the side. Yeah.
Can we tell what this door goes to? Has it got one of them?
It's labeled. Yeah. This is cryo.
Okay. Maybe someone's got a sleeping beauty. Maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not kissing him.
Keep the door open.
So the door is not powered like the other ones, but these interior doors you can force open easy enough. Inside, you see 5 cryopods. 2 of them completely frosted over on the inside. Could be a malfunction where they're getting moisture inside. Could be, it could be that just when the person wakes up, they're gonna have to deal with some freezer burn. They could be dead as shit. The other things that you see on the inside are the other 3 pods. 2 of them are frosted over. The other 3 people in there. 2 of them are wearing these kind of white lab coats that you can see in through the windows looking into the pods. Usually you don't go into pods clothed. So this could have been an emergency style situation. And the other one's just got standard, looks like, maintenance worker kind of jumpsuit on. And you can kind of see there is a small kind of like reactor setup. Someone has rigged a small internal power system specifically to keep these pods going.
On the ones that got the uniforms and the coats and stuff on, do we see any identification names?
Yes.
Or maybe on the cryopod entry? I don't know.
Not necessarily on the cryopod entry, but on the lab coats and that work uniform, you definitely do. Let me... let's see. Yeah, you see that the lab coats and the maintenance worker have the kind of little badge emblem for Landstuhl Biostation. I want to probably mispronounce that, so let's go ahead and put that in. Oh god, it zoomed the map.
It did.
Yeah. So anyway, put it in the game chat there, just so you all can see what it says.
So, the info we got from the last arc there, did we have any, because that's what gave us the lead on the Pazuzu. Did we have any files in addition to that, or did we just have location?
Just
I was wondering if we had
really.
any okay.
Yeah, just
I was just curious if we had any
location.
personnel file.
Yeah. So if you were to make it back to your ship, I would say if you want to try and start doing some, research information, something like that, you might be able to pull something up on the Pazuzu. See if you can pull something up that's Landstuhl Biostation.
So Griff's back there, so I'll radio over the Griff. I think we know, because like the Pazuzu was like, it felt like that was like there wasn't a lot of info on it, right?
Correct.
So I'll just have him like, what's this? Griff, see what we got on the database on Landstuhl. See what we got. What is it? Company, organization, subsidiary.
So with Griff doing that, let's see how Griff does.
And don't screw it up, please.
Uh-huh. Let's see. We're going to give this as a contact. Griff is not...
He's eating your chocolate, Captain. I just bet you. He's eating your fudge.
Probably is, yeah. He pulls a success. Yeah, it pulls up as some backwater kind of no-name kind of research station tied to, I believe it's Sigson.
Cha-ching.
Yeah.
There we go.
But
Got
it's really, he's not finding much on it. Looks like some kind of like deep space medical research kind of thing. Nothing exciting.
Well, what is exciting is that these are Seekson employees, and this is Seekson property, and ransom or reward, depending on how you want to look at it. I am sure they have the funds with which to, meet our demands or requests.
It's like a rescue finding fee.
Exactly.
It's good.
I
I
gotta-
mean,
I gotta ask a question, to Captain. Why strip all this stuff off the ship but leave this?
It's a great question. And if the people who did that were around, I'd ask.
You
Maybe
don't
they're
think
just a
they're-
bunch of targets or something. I don't know.
Maybe
Or maybe they left
Maybe
these
they're
people to
infected.
die.
with something. I mean, biotech. That's like your viruses and crap, right?
Right, but the
Wait, what?
cryopad,
Well,
they screen
mean-
for that sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're fine, but I know they just maybe they're. But why not just blow it up? That would also not make sense.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly. Listen, we just keep them in cryo. We just get these things out, put them on some battery power, get them over onto our ship. Doc can take a look at it if we want. We don't got to open the cryo if we don't want to. Let Doc
you
make
did
it.
bring the doc with you too, so if you want Doc to see.
Oh,
if they
jeez,
can
where
find
the
anything.
frick did you just come from?
I've been following you the entire time, Captain. You told
my
me to
God.
come along.
What happened to your voice?
I forgot what my original voice was.
I don't know what it is either. Listen,
Told him
Take a
last
look at these
Tuesday you
guys.
didn't like his voice, so he changed it.
good. I mean, Collins has always been really good about doing the pirate voice. So I really
I do
appreciate
my
that.
best, Captain. It's a respect.
Yeah, I've been trying to get Taggart to speak like an Australian, but he won't because he's a very bad officer. Now, anyhow, Doc, can you get into the cryo bed readings here, see if there's anything we should worry about, etc.
Absolutely, Captain. Absolutely.
Don't screw it up.
Doc pulls 3, and he starts kind of digging through, moving between the 5 pods. All right, so these things have been modified. All of the
Wait. The people have been modified?
No, the pods.
Oh, the pods. Okay.
Yeah, all the medical screening, all that shit's just been gutted out of the OS of it. I mean, I could probably spend some time and get it back going. Vital signs, these two, and he points to the guy in the jumpsuit, and he points to one of the scientist dudes. These two are showing healthy as a horse. They're doing just fine. Adrenal levels maybe just a touch high, but that's, what's going on here. Can you hardly blame them? This one, shit's running real low. Real low. In fact, if you look here, and he starts bringing up some information here on his little pad, kind of showing, see how, the heart rhythm, even cryo, this is kind of where you would expect that range to fall. He's well below that, but it's very... It looks weird, almost what you would expect for a pacemaker or something like that, but yeah, it's odd. It's very odd. These two look to be dead as doorknobs, but I still got a little bit of, what you would expect for a heat reading.
I beg your pardon. The dead as doornails in a cryopod, and they have a heat reading.
Well, I mean, even when you're in cryo, you're not like an icicle.
Okay, but the dead.
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah.
dead. No vitals.
Okay, so it's normal for this heat reading.
No.
Okay. All right. Anything you do for the one that's got the pacemaker from outside?
Not from outside, I don't think so. Not with how this thing has been kind of modified. Maybe if I had a couple hours and maybe Collins could help out with that a little bit, we could see if we could re-upload base OS to it.
Okay. All right. Well, 3 ransoms, rescues, probably more expensive than 2. We could probably take the bodies even with us. They ain't going to be worth as much, but they pay good for it. And then we got the cryopods. Those things ain't cheap.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I can give you a hand setting up reinstalling the OS. That's fine.
yeah, the state of this place, it might be better to do it back in my med bay. Got a little more access. We can rip copies of what we've got configured on ours. It looks, these are not quite as old as ours, but they're still up there. But it should be close enough.
It's got the Windows 95 startup tune.
It does.
All right. Well, okay. Mac, Taggart, why don't you come on up here? We got something of value finally. Cryopods. We're gonna need to unhitch them. We're gonna need a mobile power source to make sure they stay cryo, and we're gonna get them over to our ship. So, Taggart, if you didn't hear that, I would like you to move further up the ship to the cryopod bay on level A. Do you got me?
Got it.
Okay.
Up. My up or your up?
Okay. Oh, goodness.
Oh. Have we been cutting off his oxygen when he goes in cryo?
I'm going to go ahead and just take a point of stress for that.
I feel like that needs to be an official house rule, is that for bad puns, everyone take a point
I
of stress.
think that's fair. That's fair.
That's what I say with Adam and Call of Duty. Real sand. Just everyone real sand. It makes sense.
All right. So, Big Mac Taggart, you've been throwing at getting these cryopods and their little portable power setup hauled back onto the Buzzard. Any other plans in the ship?
We still want to rig up the power and see if we can pull some logs, if there's anything.
Yeah, I'll go get a portable unit.
Sure.
The Mason's always good.
Yeah, I mean, you can head back to the Buzzard, not a problem. Come back in a little bit, and we can reconvene back on the bridge. This thing is, all of the control has also been disassembled. You can actually see that someone has taken the time, every screw they've taken back out to remove a part, they put the screw back in kind of the holding bracket where it was. But another thing, as you've kind of been moving through this, there have been no signs of any of these parts in the ship.
The debris field outside, Captain.
Curious. It's
Yeah.
really curious.
Yeah.
All right. Everyone just be careful. All right. There's something with that. There's a piece we're missing here. Just careful. Wear your gloves, wear your suits, etc. Okay. Keep an eye out. Don't go anywhere alone. That sort of thing. Except for you, Taggart. And everyone else, make sure you have a partner.
We've been all talking over our comms, so we know what each of them have found, right?
Yeah.
I want to scan the debris outside. Is it hot?
So I'll tell you, you would need to do this either from the Buzzard's sensor array. Now, a lot of the things that have been disabled on this ship are definitely tying to propulsion and power. Sensors look to be in working condition. You would just need to power up the terminal.
I was already going over to our ship to get a battery.
So yeah,
anyway.
if you want to, you can
yeah.
give me a roll for that. Comtech would usually be, but as a mechanic, I think heavy machinery would also be kind of,
There we go.
So doing your scans, kind of looking out, there are definitely components that are reading as hot. Not everything.
But it definitely shouldn't be if it's been out here for as long as like the grease penciling might have indicated. There's no way any of that should be hot.
So, well, I mean, you got to look at some of the components that you saw removed in the reactor room, some of the other internal components. And in hot, I was thinking radioactive.
No, I meant like he was saying
heat?
like the cryo thing should not have been
No,
showing.
you
like,
don't pick up anything heat-wise. Like that stuff, it's ambient space temperature. You are going to pick up, especially with the 3 successes, you do see the occasional component here that does have kind of a radioactive signature. Kind of matches what you would expect to see from some of the internal components removed from a reactor.
So it's what I would expect to see then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can just report on that.
Okay.
All right.
On the bridge, like I said, the things to make this ship move are half power. Got it. Other things that don't kind of revolve around that? No. So, yeah, you got this portable power pack. Throw it probably up on the, one of the additional terminals, comm station, something like that. And it comes up, starts going through the boot process. And you've got access to it.
All right. You want me to start digging into the logs, Captain?
Yeah, get what you can get. Whatever's useful.
All right.
Okay. So I'll give you. We'll go back and we'll do a little bit of setup information. Ship, you pull records. It is the Pazuzu, a commercial freighter. It has had an exclusive contract with Seegson. It was picking up, it ran a lot of long distance runs for Seegson, things way out on the edge, always bringing things back to that science station, the Landstuhl biostation. You can see roughly 2 years ago, this thing docked, received regular maintenance, and then with your extra success, you pick up that the coordinates set just wildly, randomly, nonsensical coordinates, which would point you here. They just kind of, you get the sense they just aimed at the middle of nowhere and went. No flight logs, no travel logs, no personal recordings. And then things go dark. Probably
How
when
long
they
ago
start
was-
cutting power.
Any idea how long ago that was?
Just a month or so. Just cryo trip, maybe. They left Landstuhl and made it clear out here. You can see in the flight logs it did come to an intentional full stop. And then at that point, things just, power cuts out. Things go dark. Nothing.
The Captain, it looks like they came out here on purpose. Just middle of nowhere, no destination beyond here. And that was only about a month ago.
Well,
And there's
a month
nothing
after the original.
or a month.
Right.
2 years ago. So you're looking at
2 years
23
ago.
months ago. They
Yeah,
came here and
okay.
stopped.
So you don't have to have personnel files line up who we got, who we're missing.
Sure.
Yeah. You do pull up personnel files. There was a, crew of 7 or 8 on here. Nondescript names, mainly because you all haven't made those characters yet. But the information that you're kind of pulling from the, crew manifest does not match what you were seeing in cryo.
The people we have ain't on that personnel list.
Correct.
Okay. Is the personnel list for the Pazuzu or is it for that Landstall
It's
station?
Pazuzu.
Okay. Okay. So
I-
maybe. Well, they do have the Landstall station emblems on the
They do.
clothing, so they popped on. So for some reason, folks at that station hopped onto the ship. They weren't supposed to be here.
They're being transported from one place to another, I guess.
Could be something that simple. Maybe somebody on the crew decided to I don't know, turn code or something.
I got no idea, Captain.
I mean, I know this is going to go like against everything you believe in, but like we already have so much money and this just feels really, really bad. Maybe we just we don't need a research or we don't need a rescue fee. Maybe we just kick this out and go.
But why was like the rebellion, resistance, whatever, Phil fucking Dunphy? Why were they interested in this?
I mean, maybe it's just like the whole mystery. Like if somebody else is interested, it must be important.
Maybe.
But it seems like people worked really hard for this to be something that, like, was in the middle of nowhere.
Sure.
I don't know. You talk about like weird space disease things, and I listen. Okay, I don't normally like to listen to you, but just that sounds really skeevy. I've been reading about STDs lately for reasons, and
You didn't look at the pictures, did you? Don't.
oh my
look at the
god.
pictures.
Oh, the pictures with the cysts and the.
I
the
should have warned
ooze.
you. I should have warned you.
Oh,
Can we focus, please?
Oh, right.
Can we focus?
Right.
that was. I'm sorry. I mean, not the cyst pictures so much, but
Right. So, I do think Mikey raises a valid point. How far away? Can I pull up like how far away from Landstuhl Station are we?
It would be whatever amount of time, a week or two in cryo, maybe. It's not an extremely long trip.
Okay, I hear what you're saying, but two things. What the hell are you talking about? You always need to get paid for a job. That's number one. And then number two, Mikey, put yourself in this situation for a moment. Put yourself in anyone's situation. Ship trouble in the middle of nowhere. You lock yourself in your cryopod and hope someone comes to help you. Wouldn't you want someone to do that thing? Now, granted, we're going to take a fee for that, but we're still going to do the right thing, right? You just want to put these people back out here, just leave them to die, just wither away slowly in the cryopod, because they'll wither us eventually.
okay. I'm sorry. I was being selfish. I was thinking us or them. I forgot that we're big heroes. And
Right. And it's
Well,
not like we're
since-
going to let them out of the pods and frickin' play poker with them. The doc's going to rig up some sort of quarantine thing.
okay.
Yeah. And since we're not that far from the station, we don't really know where they're supposed to be going, so maybe just take them back to where they left.
Get some answers that way, for sure. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Find out just how valuable they might be.
Oh my God, Taggart, when did you get here? What the hell?
He
He's
went
not.
up.
He's still
He went
standing
Europe.
down engineering.
He's like pulling.
I'm going to get the cryopods. I'm up on the ceiling. That's why it was important to ask my upper Europe. They're different.
You are in zero gravity.
I don't actually think they are, but no. Never mind. Okay. Doc, are we in any danger if we decouple the pods, keep them powered as we're moving, and then we re-up them in our own ship in some sort of quarantine procedure? Are we in any trouble?
Nah, just keep them locked up. Don't open them up. And actually, Looking at those things, they do have their battery backup, and it's still good.
So if we hustle, we don't even have to rig anything. We're
Correct.
probably good.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about that, the one with the hot thing? Anything you can do?
You know what? We get the pods up to full. We can take another look, see what we can do. You know, he's still kicking, so it could be some pre-existing thing. You know, coming from a biostation, like you're saying. Who knows what they, you know, kind of medical procedures they're trying or whatnot.
You want to take the two, what was it, dead ones? The two that are broken or whatever?
Well, want bodies. It's not going to be as much, but I'm sure we could find a family member or something, sell it to for a small fee, and then we have a very nice cryopod we can sterilize thereafter.
Yeah. I'm just, you know, Doc, if it's frosted on the inside, that means it's not really sealed real well anymore, doesn't it?
There's a chance of that, yeah.
You just strap them on the outside of the ship, Captain. I really don't want to bring them on.
It's not a
We
bad
can
idea.
do that. Yeah, there we go. Thinking outside the box.
It's already moving pods.
Just in any old
Just
way,
already doing it.
whatever.
Yeah.
Has no
He's
idea
just
where he's taking
spinning
them. Just spinning them around, juggling
He's
in
juggling.
his hands.
Juggling in space. How? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, shit, that's a good idea. Strap them to the outside. As long as we don't do planetfall, they'll just be fine. And I mean, you know, if shit's bad, we do planetfall and just incinerate them.
I like the way you think.
Okay. Yeah.
Honestly, Doc, I swear you sounded differently. And you don't even look the same. How long you been on the ship with us?
Years.
He's been chain smoking cigars, Captain.
I've also been dabbling with my cosmetic surgery degree.
On yourself?
I beg your pardon. Please tell me you have other degrees.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, my veterinarian degree.
No, I don't. See, if you list them, it's just going to make it worse. Oh.
Cosmetic
God.
surgery. Neurosurgery.
I saw that basket weaving one on your desk too. It's pretty nice.
It is. I got a lot of really great baskets. Hard to get good wicker in space.
Ooh, interpretive dance.
All right. Let's get this done. So we're taking the live ones, putting them on, getting all the other ones, putting them, strapping around the hull. All right. Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it.
While you guys have been discussing this, I've just been moving them onto the ship like they're probably already gone.
So,
Where the hell they go?
I will give the chance to stop Taggart before these sketchy pods are moved onto the ship. If anyone would happen to notice and would tell him to stop, or if Taggart, you would hear that and realize you should stop.
I mean, he already told me to move them once, so I started.
Taggart. Put the two sketchy pods. Just put them on the hull, on the outside of our ship.
By sketchy, he
Passing
means
them down.
frosted.
Right now, Mac,
side?
can you please go rescue Taggart? Take the sketchy looking ones, get Shirley and oh
Still
my
got Shirley here.
goodness.
We'll get it all done.
The outside, but I'm still not sure which side.
Maybe we should just tell him to do the hokey pokey so that he doesn't ruin anything.
We should send them out into the debris field and say, "Hey, there's prizes. Just go look around the debris field."
All right. So, yeah,
Wish God.
the doc oversees getting the...
It's just like
Yeah,
it's like a keyboard or something.
there you go. The doc oversees getting the non-sketchy pods hooked up. He just reuses the power setup that they had there. That way they don't even have to tie into the ship's power. Big Mac, you and Taggart go for a little spacewalk to strap the 2 sketchy pods to the exterior of the buzzard.
Can I put in an ejection system in case we just want to space these things at some point?
Just give me a heavy machinery test. I mean, it doesn't sound horribly complicated.
There we go. Just
Hey,
not a
I
problem.
thought of an idea, Captain. Maybe we can still make money. Hang on. I'm gonna go check out the escape pod, see if they're still intact and functional at all.
All right, Mikey, go with him. No one goes anywhere alone, just in case.
Okay. Come on, Mikey.
And Mikey, don't
Yeah.
be an asshole and leave your wingman this time like you did back there.
I'm not going to.
Even
like,
if it's Collins, god damn it.
honestly, like I don't know like what's wrong with me today. Maybe I ate the wrong donuts this morning, but like I'm kind of agreeing with what he's saying.
Scary.
Just
Something.
becoming a man.
It's called maturation, kid. Now, will you quit having a conversation? Orders don't tend to be conversations. Just go do it. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Let's
fucking do this, Collins.
All right.
So Collins and Mikey, 2 of you head over there. Yeah, the pods are still there. They don't look stripped like the other ones are. They have had their power disconnected. But it's an easy thing just to reconnect that. Other than that, they do appear to be in working order.
Would
You
there
wanted to
be
tie
a way that we could attach them to our ship? That way we can take them and nothing else resell them. I mean, they're not much, but it's something.
Problem.
All right.
It's not a problem at
Yeah,
all.
we'll reactivate them. Mikey will fly, and we'll
Yeah.
get him strapped onto the buzzard.
We could go ahead and get a nice big sign that says "Just Married" and put it on our ass.
Right. Exactly.
People won't ask questions. We'll drag them behind us with our other ones like they're tin cans, Captain.
Okay. So a lot of people are taking spacewalks here. You got Taggart and Big Mac rigging up an ejection system. So it's not only, it's just, you got a remote to undo the binding, but you also put a few, probably like small, like CO2 canisters or something like that. That way, if you hit the button, they got some light propulsion to push them away from you.
For cans of whipped cream.
That's it. Cans of whipped cream.
Nice.
You got Mikey and Collins, powering up and disconnecting the EV pods from the Pazuzu and kind of setting them up in tow on the buzzard. McMurphy, what are you going to be doing while they're in this process?
I'm with the doc. I want to keep an eye on this freaking cosmetologist, neurosurgeon, whatever the hell they say they are while they're going through the setup of the quarantine.
Yeah, and I mean he's doing things pretty by the book, kind of he's sectioning off. He's kind of sealing the environment that this room that these things are in. They've got their little private power hookup. He's doing things pretty by the book. He's got you helping him out here and there, kind of working through things. Despite sometimes the sketchiness of Dr. Nick Riviera, he's doing pretty good here.
I just imagine that he's quite literally doing them by the book. He's got a book actually open. It's like quarantine procedures, and he's just
It's a YouTube video.
Man. Metahorse, thank you for all those bits. That is fantastic. I'm presuming that you want me to use those to harass the party. And you know what? The best way to do that is to ask for the people on the outside to go and give me an observation test.
The whole time you guys are periodically hearing like, I thought the doctor was a dermatologist named Amber in her 40s. What the hell? Who's messing with the personnel on here?
Okay. Collins and Mikey do good. What about you, Big Mac?
I did not do good.
Good.
But I figure I'm involved in trying
Sure,
to get all
yeah,
this stuff rigged
yeah.
up.
So I'm going to kind of pair these up. So Collins and Mikey, as you're moving these EV pods over, kind of setting them up in tow, because you do have the fancy tow hitch on the buzzard. You're picking up, oh snap, Cyborg. Is that stress removal or another banked reroll?
Picking up a cyborg.
Yeah. No, you're a buzzard's moving. Maneuvering. You see little jets here and there of some of the maneuvering thrusters. You see the main engines kind of starting to spool up. Taggart, as you're kind of keeping watch over Big Mac, maybe occasionally, there's a bit of debris kind of coming towards you all. Maybe you shoot it. You're a good enough shot. You don't need to roll for that as Big Mac's working hard to secure these pods. Kind of watching the movement of things. You can see that you pick up some movement kind of out the corner of your vision. As you kind of look and it's the docking umbilical, this hard hallway that connects between the two ships. You can see it looks like there is fluid kind of on the top of it, we'll say. A little bit of shine, kind of a blue tint, spanning the entire length between the two ships. Kind of ripples a little bit.
I think that their ship's leaking coolant on ours.
Okay.
Taggart, probably doesn't know any better.
Sure.
I might have someone, maybe have Big Mac take a look and see if he knows what it is.
So yeah, Big Mac, if Taggart points you at it, it is not coolant because fluids don't behave like that in space. It looks like almost like a stream blowing over these two umbilicals from one ship to the other.
I cut that umbilical before it gets to our ship.
So this is the docking umbilical. You can certainly give the call for Griff's keeping an eye on things for Griff to disconnect.
Yeah, but if that'll leave the liquid already on the part that comes into us, I don't want that.
Okay, so gonna go do some percussive maintenance and break that off.
Yeah, so I still have Shirley, so I'm thinking I can just snip it.
Now this is think hallway that.
It's like a
you
big,
can
Oh no,
walk.
it's a huge thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh crap.
There's always percussive maintenance with big percussions. If Taggart.
Captain. I assume Shirley's got video, so I'm
Absolutely.
going to show him this
Sure.
liquid cleeping up there. This looks organic, Captain. I don't think we want our ship infected. We ain't got long. What do you want me to do?
Don't let that shit on my ship. That's what I don't want you to do. Do what you got to do. You're in Shirley. Cut it off.
Yeah.
Destroy the umbilical.
Roger.
Blow the whole freaking thing
Lock
up.
down the
whatever.
airlocks on your side.
Okay, that's okay. We still got suits.
Yep.
So he'll
Everyone's still
pop the
suited.
suit.
So
Yeah.
before we resolve that, though, Collins and Mikey.
Captain, why the ship moving?
The ship moving. The hell?
Yeah, you're
Pazuzu's
powered up main
moving? What are you
engines?
talking about? Had no
Rusted around.
power.
Somebody's fucking around in there.
The Pazuzu's moving.
Not
No.
the Pazuzu.
No, our ship.
I know.
Somebody's.
I know.
Okay,
He's
sorry.
No,
Griff.
Captain, the buzzard.
Griff, I know it's funny to play the joke on Taggart, but Mikey's out there. Okay, what are you doing?
Whole lot of nothing, Captain.
Are you on the
shit
bridge?
just went dark in here.
God damn it. All right, Doc, do not do anything. By the book. Keep the doors sealed, keep your suit on, and then McMurphy will go to the bridge and try to figure out what's going on.
Sure, yeah. So, for the people outside, it is not enough movement that it's going to stop you from doing what you're doing. But you can kind of see, you know the startup procedures. The engines are spooling. Here shortly, you will be under full movement. So, Captain, you start heading towards the bridge. You get up there, and Griff is frantically trying to get shit to respond. You can see he's maybe pulled up a floor panel or two, following wires here and there, making sure something didn't happen.
So wait, are any of the panels on?
No.
Everything's just dark? You just lost control completely.
Yeah, all of the displays, all of the panels, like ship's still got power. I mean, still gravity, there's still air, there's still lights. But pretty much the entire bridge, the control system, it's gone completely dark.
Control system, is it on the bridge? Can McMurphy access it, see if he can figure out what's up, see if he can maybe slap something together to make it work, a Band-Aid on it? Okay. I'm not so bad. I'm all right. I'm not that good at contact. I'm no Collins, but I'm okay at it.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Griff, what the hell did you do?
You throw a few hard reboots at things. Eventually, your terminal starts coming back up, and you're getting readings. Yeah, you're going to drop something. I'll let you decide what you want to drop.
I'll drop the last of my nap relief.
Oh, shit. As you're digging into this, and you can see that, coordinates have been set. Whatever the equivalent of, FTL in this system, or, high-speed travel, is being plugged in and calculated. You see the final kind of aim way the hell outside the disc. Way fuck off deep space. You can actively see, as you're doing this, there's glitches, there's things coming through. You can see systems are kind of being accessed here and there. Something's got control of your ship, and it's plugged in coordinates, and it's getting ready to take off for somewhere that is not anywhere you know.
So he'll just be like, what did you fucking do, Riff? What did you do? Who do you work for? And he's going to kind of start panicking.
He probably
real quick,
went to www.
That's it. That's where
Just
we're
the
going.
giant whales.
Yeah, I wasn't doing shit, Captain. I swear to God. I know I've skimmed off the top before, but nothing like this shit, man. Like, I was just here, watching shit, kind of spacing out a little bit.
Get down to engineering, disable the reactor. We're not going anywhere. I don't want to. We're not leaving them out there. Let's go. Hustle.
Yeah.
I'm up here. I'll see if I can gain control.
Sure, yeah. He'll head down to engineering, see what he can do.
And then I'll get on Collins, guys. We got a problem here. Something has set a course for us into the middle of frickin' nowhere, and it wasn't Griff, and it wasn't me. If one of you were playing a joke, now's the time to speak up.
It's not
I
us,
swear, Captain, this was not some complicated grift to get Griff to admit to skimming off the top. I know we always wanted to get him to admit that, but this is not it.
Captain, how much time do you have before the buzzer jumps?
2 or 3 minutes.
We got like 3 minutes at max. Hustle on the double. Get back to the ship.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Or do you want to? All right.
Big Mac, Taggart, you're outside. How are you dealing with this? You've got this, this hallway that connects the two ships.
Just blowing it. I just let the missiles go.
Okay, sure. Taggart, you joining in?
I mean, as much as I really like to shoot things, I will.
You all
Might not
don't need
count
to
for
roll.
much.
You are in a panic state. Each of you go and increase your stress by 1 as you just unload holy fucking hell and just obliterate this umbilical. Now, you do alarms start going off inside the buzzard. doors weren't sealed, whatever. You start getting notice that there was an
I told them to
atmosphere.
seal the doors. What the hell?
That's a Chuck mistake, but I'm not taking it far,
Yeah.
so don't worry. But the ship still responds as it should, and it goes ahead and auto seals that door. So you get the warning, the hull seals on that. There's other airlocks on the ship you can get in through. That's not a problem getting back inside. So, two of you are now probably marching across the exterior of a ship to another way to get back inside. The Pazuzu is now broken free. With the bit of force that was applied from the disconnect of the docking, it is kind of got a little bit of tilt to it, but it is moving away from you. So, Collins and Mikey, two of you have docked this EV pod. You are looking at a spacewalk
Great.
to get
All
back to
right.
the ship.
I know how to do this.
Yeah.
So,
What the fuck do we do?
easiest
question.
thing is just to launch yourself at the ship and hope that your boots clamp on when you pass by it.
Okay, let's do it.
We're gonna call that a mobility test. Just one success. You've probably
Mobility.
done this before, but oh shit, Collins, you're doing great. Mikey,
What the hell?
Can I use my extra successes to grab Mikey?
yes, you can. Mikey goes sailing by, and all of a sudden,
wrong
Collins.
I forgot. I
Snatches.
shouldn't give myself so many dice and things.
Yeah, you do better with fewer dice.
You.
God damn it!
Comms fire up. Griff, Captain.
I don't like the way you started that sentence, you son of a bitch. What now?
There is something down here.
There are a lot of things down there, Griff. Use your freaking words.
It's big and blue, and it's wiggly.
All right, I'm on my way. Taggart, are you on board yet? And so he's trying to get, if he can, down to Griff, but while he's moving,
Yeah.
he's trying to communicate. Like, Taggart, are you on board yet?
Taggart, you and
that's
Big
a good
Mac
question.
just cleared it. You are inside.
Mac, Taggart, get whatever you got that explodes and meet me down in engineering. There's something on board.
Roger.
Okay. So, you are all heading down towards engineering, except for Mikey and Collins, who are now making their way across the ship to get inside.
Okay, just for like an hour, like truce.
Sure thing.
Okay, I don't want to get space aids or whatever that is.
As you two, we'll come back to you two. Captain, you're going to make it down there first. Absolutely. Taggart, Big Mac, you swing through real quick, grab whatever Big Bangs. I would presume you're already kind of geared up because you went in ready to go.
Yup.
Captain, the closer you get down to engineering, the less the lighting is on. It's flickering here. It's got a weird kind of hue to it. As you kind of turn the corner, you can see the main door to engineering is open. And Griff is kind of like standing there, just still, right in the doorway, facing away from you.
Griff, what do you see, man? Speak up.
Captain? And he kind of turns towards you like, something's wrong, Captain. And you can see he's got this big gash as he turns right across his chest. This deep thing cut through his clothing. You can see blood kind of leaking out of him. But also you can see this almost kind of bluish black tar-like substance. It's got a glow to it, a little twinkle on it, kind of spreading across his chest where that gash is. And you can see that some of it's kind of like fingering like tendrils kind of into the wound.
Griff,
Captain.
You shouldn't have skimmed, you son of a bitch, and I'm gonna shoot him.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll. What are you using? You got your revolver still?
I got my classic. It's my trusty Rexum RX5 M5 EVA pistol.
Yeah.
He will never switch that gun.
That's fair. You just hold it up, and you can see he's got this scared look on his face. You're going to take another point of stress for me.
Sure.
As you just fucking drop him on the ground.
Okay. So he was in the doorway into engineering, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And the closer we got to engineering, everything was bad.
Yeah.
Okay. And do I see whatever squiggly thing? If I can, from a distance, can I see through the door and see whatever squiggly thing?
Yeah.
It's in there?
Yeah, you can. As you look in, you can see this viscous, tendril-y blob kind of moving between components in engineering, kind of slithering back and forth. It's got this blue flickering light to it here and there as it connects to different parts. You're going to take another point of stress on this.
Fair enough. I love stress. Give it to me. Tag it. Do you have a flamethrower? Wow, I think I'm.
You echoed. It was that
echoing
much emphasis on that.
Sure way.
You don't have a flamethrower?
I don't know that we specifically have one or not. I mean,
I don't think we grabbed one.
but it's not on Taggart's personal inventory sheet, at least because Taggart's primary weapon is the shotgun. So,
okay. Do you have any explosives?
imagine we've got some grenades.
So looking at what you've got on the ship inventory, I do see you do have orbital mines.
One of those in there.
Those things are pretty big.
Yeah, they are.
They're really big.
Yeah, they are.
Okay. Mac, you're in Shirley. Go get one of them mines. Bring them up here. Tag it on the double. Where the fuck are you, man? Are you a Marine or you a moron? Let's go. Hustle. Griff is down.
I'll grab the mine, but I think Shirley probably has a torch or a welder on her.
You would have a cutting torch of some kind, yeah.
We need something. We need a flame bigger than a cutting torch.
So
I get the mine, but
okay. Taggart, you round the corner. Big Mac, you're on the way to pick up one of the mines. And you see this thing, Taggart. Take a point of stress.
All right.
We're not quite doing structured combat at this point. Taggart, how do you react?
I mean, shoot.
Go ahead and you're going to fire that off for me then.
Whoa.
Who are you shooting?
Oh, no.
Wow.
I'm definitely pushing that, so.
All right, what's your damage on that? 4?
Yes, I think that's right. Or no. 3 damage base, so 5 damage total.
Okay. Okay. You start lighting into this thing with your shotgun, and you can see it ripples on the surface where it connects. You can hear, not all of your pellets probably hit, you can hear impact behind it. And as you hit this thing, it very with intent starts kind of shifting and coming at you and the captain.
Pissed it off now.
So, Collins, Mikey.
Did we hear any of this over the comms as we're coming in?
Oh, you would have heard this. It was getting called out.
What?
How far away is the pod?
The hatch to get inside.
Yeah.
You're coming right up on it, reaching
Okay.
out to open the door.
All right. Mikey, you're a good
Yeah.
kid and you need to live. And I'm going to try to when I land, I'm going to try to spin and throw Mikey back at the pod. Be like, you wait there until it's clear or we're dead and you leave.
You son of a bitch!
You know what? That's a great cinematic moment. I am not going to call for a roll on this.
Okay.
We called a truce, you motherfucker!
And I'm
Mikey.
saving your ass, you pain in the ass.
Take another point of stress, Mikey.
Ah!
All right. We're going to go into structured initiative. Now, Mikey, you have been thrown at the pod. It was one of those perfect adrenaline shots from Collins. You will be able to move back towards the ship. Get your footing set on the pod. You could launch yourself back if you want to. But we are going to be doing structure at this point. So, reminder for myself, I don't think any of you have any kind of initiative fuckery.
Nope.
So I am going to be
Life is
using... What's that?
So life is a lot easier without it.
Yeah. I am going to be using the dock as my token in this. All right. We're going to do it like this. Captain. Equal
Yeah.
1.
Damn right I do.
All right. Collins.
Yep.
Equal 3.
Nice.
Taggart.
Yo, true that, bro. Double fuck these up right now.
You have an 8.
Asshole. Shit falling out they mouth holes. Maybe they need more fiber and they die.
Big Mac.
And I don't even watch the sport, bro.
5.
Sport, bro. Eat the journos. Pop a porno. I'm basic.
Mikey?
That's for show, though. I'm basic. That's for show, though. Great British. That's
Got a
for show,
10.
though, man. Where the fuck is Toto?
And
That
mine.
seems fair.
Trying to click my doesn't go home.
Here. You know what? I'm gonna do this. All right. Anyone want to swap cards before we get into this?
Twice.
I don't know what you're talking about, Dan. Captain, you're up.
Is there any? So we're in basically a hall, and then there's the engineering
Yep.
bay in front of us. There's the door, the thing's coming at us. Griff is laying on the floor, and to me and Taggart next to each other. So I'm assuming that we have either some kind of what's the oh man, like bulkheads or something
yeah.
like that.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
is that something like he and I could retreat to, or is there maybe one between us and where the door is?
Yes, so there would be. You were all still kind of outside, so yeah, you could absolutely fire off that bulkhead. You would need to move up just a little bit to hit that.
Okay. So he'll fast action, move up,
Yeah.
and then slow action, try to trigger the bulkhead door to bring down to buy us some time.
Yeah, you do. It does. You run up, you hit it. It responds. The bulkhead slams shut. It's this big reinforced door in case, something terrible happens. But yeah, you do.
Something terrible's happened.
All right. Collins, you are inside. I'm going to say that you need to spend... I'm going to make you do 2 rounds to get to where they're at.
Sure.
All right, so...
And I'll contact McMurphy. Hey, I'm on board. Sent Mikey back to the shuttle. This sounds intense.
Good. Get down here. I bought us a little bit of time, but we don't got much. Max
What are we
coming up
dealing
with some sort of blue freaking tech. It's already gotten freaking Griff.
All right,
Whatever firepower you got, get down here. Get down here on the double.
on it.
you hear a heavy slam on the other side of this bulkhead. You can hear the groan and the creaking of metal, but it's held at bay. Big Mac, you are coming up on the captain, and you're coming up on Taggart. You're in Bertha, and you've got this giant fucking orbital mine. Bertha is straining a little bit with the weight of this thing and having to maneuver it down these corridors. What do you got, man?
You know, Captain, we set this thing off in here. It's pretty much done for our ship. Maybe.
Oh, I think we're pretty foobard as it is. You saw what it did to the other one.
Maybe you should get to the survivor capsules.
Mac, you drop off that Bertha there, and then you can go ahead and run for the survival capsules.
Well, Captain, I was thinking I rigged this thing up, and I'm already starting to do it. So basically attaching it to that bulkhead, making if I can make the blast go in one direction.
Okay. Yeah, he's
and
yeah, I thought you're still moving. Yeah,
and make a detonator switch sort of thing.
Okay, I'm going to tell you this. You're going to give me your heavy machinery test.
All right.
And I'll put it out. You're going to need to spend your fast action to get it there. You're going to need to spend your slow action this turn and your fast action next turn to finish rigging this thing up to explode when the door opens.
All right. Would spaceship mechanic help in this at all?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's do this.
All right.
Oh, it's A6. I'm going to push this.
Sure.
So
3 total successes.
All right. 3 successes. You do. Okay. On your next turn, you'll be able to use your slow action to start retreating.
Yep.
Taggart?
I think this is a situation where I'm just going to go and probably pick up McMurphy and just start going to the escape pods.
Okay. You're dragging McMurphy away. McMurphy, if you want to resist this, I would allow it.
Until Mac is sure that this thing is ready to go, I think Captain would stay. So if Mac hasn't given us the go ahead, then
Mac
yeah, he would push Taggart off. Get your freaking hands off me! What the hell's wrong with you?
Gotta save the captain.
No, the captain goes down with the ship, man. It's right there in the phrase. What the hell's wrong with you?
But what if you're on a tiny ship inside the big ship and then you don't have to go down with that ship?
How do you function in...
He doesn't. That's his secret.
Take a few steps back. Be ready to run. Have a weapon out. We're going, okay? Just calm your freaking... Jesus.
Snap. Thanks for gifting that sub there. That's fantastic. Okay. So, Taggart, you've been pushed off by the captain. Are you retreating or are you waiting?
I'll wait. I was tempted to just roll close combat to take him away anyways, but I was told to wait, so...
Okay.
You can totally do that and probably win if you want.
That might come next round. We'll see.
Yeah, thanks for that follow, Stormbender. It's great. As Big Mac, you're working on it, you can hear this door groaning on the other side. If it wasn't for the fact that this bulkhead has active measures to try and hold it closed in a situation like this, you get a feeling that this door might have been pried open already by whatever it is. So you're feeling a time crunch. Mikey, you spin this turn spinning through space and eventually landing on one of the EV pods that has been hitched to the back of the ship.
Revive this so I can shove my rifle right up your ass, Collins.
Okay.
Son of a bitch. My dad dates me, you asshole.
McMurphy, you're watching Big Mac work. You can hear the stress that this door's under.
Is he gonna have to do another check on his turn?
No.
Okay. Okay. So does it sound like the door, like the bulkhead, is gonna give?
You have serious doubts about its ability to be a permanent barrier here.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I mean, if that's the case, he'll take a couple steps back with his fast action. He's still got his gun drawn. Actually, no, I don't think he would. He would.
It's a tough
What would he
situation.
do? Yeah. I just don't think he would leave Mac alone. So he'll stay next to Mac and he'll have his gun drawn
Sure.
and
At the ready.
yeah, just at the ready. And then I'll use my slow action then to tell Taggart to go, I don't know, go fire up the engines on the pod or something like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll give that command test.
Yeah, this is where I panic and go berserk and kill everybody. Because I don't roll yellow dice without rolling that. It's crazy.
It's true.
I freeze. I'm frozen by fear or stress for 1 round. I lose my next slow action.
Yeah.
And everybody, so Mac and Taggart would get 1
Point of
stress as well.
Okay.
Okay. He's like, I'm not leaving. Get the hell off me. It's my ship. This is my crew. He's not going to freaking stay here. I'm the last one off. It's how this works. And so he's just kind of saying that, but his voice is maybe cracking a little bit as he does
Sure.
so, and he's clearly stressed.
Sure. Collins.
So I'm still hauling ass. Is there a back door into this engineering area that would like shorten my trip?
Shorten your trip, no. There is you could go through the, essentially the access tunnels.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll keep going. I'll be over the Captain, are we abandoning ship, Captain?
She's abandoning us. We're going to blow a freaking hole and we're going to blow the freaking engine room.
Do you want me to just go back and get on the other pod with Mikey?
At this point, I think that's best. Get the doc.
All right. Doc, where are you at?
Medbay.
All right, I'll go get him.
Okay.
No, change course.
Sure. You will arrive in Medbay. You see, you throw the door open. You see the doc, he looks at you and he has an oh shit look in his face. They're still sealed.
Good. There is shit going down in engineering. We need to go.
Yeah. But that. And the pod
Right.
with the dude in it with the funky beat.
Mm-hmm.
Dude's glowing blue a little bit. These like blue glowing veins kind of stretching out across his skin.
It's still in the pod.
Still in the pod. Let's go.
Yep.
All right, Big Mac, you use your quick action. It is done.
If it's done, I turn around. I don't wait for any bitching. I just grab the captain and to run with the
Okay.
Shirley strapped around
All
me.
right.
So gentle.
Taggart, Big Mac has scooped up the captain. The captain didn't protest as much, maybe. Still a little frozen, however you want to play that off, Jeff.
I would also, he's in the power loader, so even if I did, I don't think I would
Doesn't
win
matter.
too well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taggart, you falling back?
Said to go start the engines. I assume I'm going to Mikey's pod.
So Mikey is on a pod that is in tow on the ship. Think of like, the not quite tractor beam, but definitely kind of like that magnetic kind of locking situation. So Mikey's on a pod external to the ship.
Mm-hmm.
So you still have your own EV pods as well. So if you want to get to Mikey, you would have to go back outside.
I assume that's the one he cares about the most. It's his son.
Sure, absolutely. Just want to make sure we're on the right. All right. So yeah, you're heading over to the escape pod. You're heading outside.
Yeah, if it needs to be disengaged from the ship so that it can leave, I might do that. But
We'll say at this point, I'm going to pull Taggart out of the initiative round, just because you are now going to be doing that. You're going to be leaving the ship, traveling on the exterior of the ship to get back to that, and you would be able to, while you're there, hit the things to disengage. Mikey could also have the ability to do that from the inside of the pod as well.
that's fine then.
Yeah. As you're all running, Captain, you are still facing back from when Big Mac just scooped you up. And you can see little, like the door is weeping almost. As the door is starting to rattle, starting to give, getting real close to that mine possibly going off with how Big Mac rigged it up. But the door, like you see this black, bluish kind of ooze kind of coming out through, you know, like condensation almost, kind of pooling up, dripping down. But
he'll be like babbling, I think, while he's being carried. They said I didn't see what I saw. I told them I saw what I saw. They said it didn't. I ain't going back to Section 8. I ain't going back to Section 8. I just kind of babbling the whole way.
Mikey,
Bert, you're muted.
Can I look around when he starts babbling?
Sure.
He's wearing a suit, right? An EVA suit.
You are all still wearing your EV suits. Yes.
All right. I look back. I thought, fuck it. I just tear a hole in the side of the hole and detonate the thing. Just.
Oh shit. Okay.
Nice.
You are going to give me a close combat test. Now you're gonna get dice for the suits for the power loader. Let's see here.
I think it's 3.
That sounds right. Let's pull up the power loader and confirm that. Yeah, that is a +3. So I think you can right click on the close combat skill and it should prompt you for base modifier. You'll just put +3 on that. Do you want to push?
2 successes. Will it help?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, I will push.
Okay.
All right.
That's fine. So that is going to be 4 successes altogether. You turn and you got a twitch. That's fine. We'll say just you and the captain are taking that increased point of stress.
Captain's never been happier.
Yeah.
Feeling good, bathing in it.
Now he's giggling.
Stress is to me what's the sun is to Superman.
Sure. As the power loader just starts ripping through the exterior of the ship. Now this is power loader strong, but it takes a little bit. You're fighting through. You finally.
Yeah, there's no way we're gonna make it to the pods. So.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I will say that you finally get a hole opened up big enough, and you just grab the captain, shove him out, and you can just hit the switch. Getting the power loader through the hole as well, I would want another round to widen it up enough.
Nah, screw it. I'll eject myself as well. Throw us both out there. Leave the power loader in the hole.
Taggart, Mikey, the two of you see all of a sudden vent of atmosphere, and the captain and Big Mac spinning through space.
Isn't there also a secondary explosion? Because I thought Big Mac said he was triggering the mine.
We're getting there. I want to figure out what Collins and the doc are doing.
Well, we were heading for the nearest escape pod, or so that is where we were headed.
Yeah.
However, that may change depending on what happens next.
Mobility test.
Okay.
The two of you, alarms start going again. There has been a vacuum breach right as you are hitting this other EV pod. You run up to it, throw yourselves against the door. Collins, proper procedure to eject can take, these things are designed to go quick. You know what that is. That's that fucking mine is getting ready to go off. So the question is, you can give me a CommTech test to try and pilot this thing out, or you can risk it and give me another mobility test. Just try and slap the emergency release or whatever it is, and hopefully the explosion carries you away and doesn't kaboom you.
I'm better at CommTech. But let's do it. Let's do it bold and daring. We'll go mobility.
Okay. You do. So you hit the buttons, you start moving as there is an explosion, and you can see kind of the exterior of the buzzard ripple. It doesn't break apart. You see flame jetting out of the hole that Big Mac and the captain went flying out of. As this is happening, the buzzard, it was just getting to that point of acceleration, and it kind of goes off. It's spiraling through space. You can see it go dark. As you can see, just the back engine part of it, it's just got this giant hole ripped into it. Not complete destruction, but pretty fucked. Taggart, you hit the release on the docking, the tow. Two of you are in space. Two of you are in one pod. And the Doc and Collins are in another pod. What happens now?
Can we pilot these pods at all?
Yeah.
Do they have any propulsion?
Oh, yeah.
Well, we can't just leave Dad and Big Mac floating around.
So we'll recover that. You'll get to do that. This, and how I tend to plan things to wrap up, did not happen how I intended.
No.
Because Jeff and I had made a secret pact. And Jeff, I'm very sorry I wasn't able.
It's all good, dude. It's all good, man.
So you get these pods, and I will say that you're actually going to end up with 3 pods, because I'm kind of imagining the pods that you pulled off the Pazuzu. You had a couple of them in tow. You released the first one, the other 2 break free. You've got 3 pods you can work with. What are you going to be doing here? Are you all getting these pods? Are you going to make the slow trek to wherever it is you're trying to go? Are you going to stand and wait for rescue?
Well, we know that Landstill Station isn't too far away.
Mm-hmm.
Was that where?
That
wasn't where, like.
From.
Yeah, I meant that wasn't the coordinates that the buzzard set, right?
No.
Okay, then I think Catherine would be cool with that.
You all set in. You start making the slow trek in these EV pods. And
Taggart, where's your shotgun?
it's missing.
Fuck my arm.
Sad days for Taggart. At least we can get one thing done right.
It's a day or 2 into your travels, slowly heading towards Landstill. As Collins, in the pod you're in, you monitoring comms, whatnot, like you always do. You get a ping. You pick something up on the long range sensors. And as it comes in, it is a ship coming right towards you all.
Captain, we got company.
Kind of the good company or the bad company?
Let me take a better look.
This is a military vessel. And it is actually sending out a hail, identifying itself as the USMC Nurgle. And that's where we'll end it.
Okay.
So,
Nice.
things didn't quite line up. Lined up close enough. And, 5 more characters that could come back later.
Yeah.
Some of them with plot holes.
It's fine, these stories, I can black goo whatever I want into existence to make things reconnect at the end.
That's fine. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the end of chapter 2.
Okay.
We're going to be continuing All Fear the Ishtar, chapter 3. We will be picking up and figuring out what happened on Landstuhl Station. So yeah, next time we do this, if we could pick back up in a week, or if we take a week off or do something else, we'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll be picking up with these fine people, playing people living and working on Landstuhl Biostation. I don't know. We don't need to do XP because that's the wrap. Let's do our closing plugs and we'll get out of here. Jeff, what Lawgaggers got happening?
Yeah, man. Friday, we are finally back to Blade Runner, as we have taken about a month off from that for various reasons, but we are back. So come check that out. Saturday, we are doing more One Ring, second edition, continuing our campaign. We also got a new little surprise that we're unveiling on Saturday as well. Monday, Call of Cthulhu, where you can see Chuck and Jeremy in that game. And as we're playing through Horror on the Orient Express. And then Tuesday, our buddy Steven is continuing our run of Forbidden Lands, where he talked a big game. Talked a big game about killing PCs and TPKs, but like I said, he wasn't gonna do it, and he didn't. So yeah, come hang out.
There you go. There you go. We'll skip on over to Bert. Bert, what you got happening?
Not only one more thing going on this week in my own channel. This Friday, we've got some BX Dungeons and Dragons, just doing it old school with some original TSR Dungeons and Dragons. This Saturday, though, on the official Goodman Games channel, we'll be doing some Weird Frontiers, the horror weird western using the DCC system.
There we go. Jeremy, what do you got?
Oh, there's Aaron Reese on Patreon. If you like comics, maps, tokens, other assets, check it out.
There you go. John, what do you want to talk about?
Yeah. Well, I've been running this Pathfinder game, second edition, and the episodes for it have been coming out on the Defenders of Cobalt YouTube channel. We're doing the Age of Ashes adventure path, and they are all goblins. And unlike Steven, I like to put my players in desperate peril in every combat.
See,
They are convinced I'm out to kill them. I'm not.
you roll so many 20s, man.
I do. But you know what? You know what fuels it? The discussion of bush turds and taxes.
Yeah, that's fair. Dan, you want to throw anything out there?
I was happy to see people come join our Discord, talk about our games, look at our memes.
There we go.
There's some of your memes.
There we go. All right. So Friday, we'll be back here on Defenders of Cobalt, 10 p.m. Central. We are doing our America campaign. That is Dungeon Crawl Classics in the American apocalyptic wastelands. John and Dan are in that. It's a lot of fun. Like Bert said, Saturday, Goodman Games official. I'll be hanging out with Jeff on Monday. And we'll be back here at this time slot probably maybe next week, figuring out what we want to do. And then, we'll be continuing on All Fear the Ishtar Chapter 3. here on Wednesday nights. Just a heads up, if you are expecting to watch us on Grim and Perilous YouTube this Saturday, we are not going to be there. We got some other stuff going on, so no game over there this Saturday. Anyway, until we see you next time. Oh, Ashley says I have to use the new catchphrase. What is it? Oh, yeah. Until we see you next time, make mistakes and regret nothing. Deuces. And I didn't get any of the other stuff set up, so we're just sitting here. Just waving.
All right. We'll get there eventually.
We'll get there. Goodbye.
Bye.